good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is you're watching this. It's good to see your face. And me and my assistant here are going to be doing a cooking video, making some beef vegetable soup. Stay tuned. My materials for this lesson is a soup pot, a cutting board, and a knife with a wooden spoon and like a mixing spoon. A normal person would also probably have a measuring cup, but you guys know I'm not normal, so I'm not going to use that measuring cup. Bless you. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do now that I have all my materials out is I'm going to get out some ingredients. If I don't get hit by the spoon first. I'm going to find any vegetable in my fridge or freezer that I think is going to be delicious in beef vegetable soup. Let's see what I can find. Okay, so I went through my fridge and I found some peppers and onions that I needed to use. Those could go good in my soup. I found a cabbage that has some left on it that I think I could use that in my soup. I found a zucchini. I normally wouldn't put that in this soup, but I think that it might taste good. And I'm going to cut up some carrots too. And I found a can of diced tomatoes. There was some things in my fridge that I didn't think that would be good in my soup, like cauliflower and broccoli. So I'll save those for another dinner. The next step that we're going to do is to chop up all of our veggies for soup. What do you think, assistant? Should she chop up the veggies for soup? No, she's too little and she can't use a knife yet. So if using a knife is hard for you, make sure you ask somebody for help at home before you ever use a knife. I'm a pro, so I'm going to get started on my ninja chopping skills. Look, my assistant finally decided to be a good employee and put some pants on. And get rid of her wooden spoon. Good job, assistant. Yeah! Update. I found 2 other ingredients I decided to add. I had a little bit of this bag of mixed vegetables left. I kind of want to get rid of it, so I'm going to use that. And I found a potato. I'm going to use that too. There are my chopped up veggies ready to go. Alright, it's time to start making our soup. I'm going to take my soup pot and I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the bottom. You guys know I'm not a very good measurer. And I'm going to turn my burner on to like a medium heat and get that going. Say bye to my assistant. She's looking like she needs to go take a nap. Bye, Vivi. Thanks for your help. Now I'm going to take up my chopped veggies. My pan is nice and hot, and I'm going to just dump them in. Sizzle, sizzle. So, a couple cooking tips while I stir this. I'm making this soup for me and Mr. O, and I'll probably share some with my mom. So, I made sure to pick vegetables that they like too. I would have put a spicy pepper in here if it was just for myself, but my mom doesn't really like spicy, so it's really good to think about the people you're cooking for when you're making food, not just yourself. Another tip is I noticed my area here was getting really super messy. And it's good to keep your kitchen area clean when you are cooking and kind of keep everything nice and organized to the best you can. So I did a quick little cleanup and now I'm just stirring my veggies as they cook. And actually, this is going to take a little while, so I'm going to empty the dishwasher at the same time and get my house job done. Quick update, my dishes are put away, my dishwasher's nice and empty. These dishes are done. These ones are waiting for more dish soap from the store. Mr. O is out. Here's the dishes I did. And I'm still stirring my soup. Veggies are getting nice and cooked. They're almost ready for the next step. So, to make beef vegetable soup, you should use beef broth, but I don't have any. And I'll show you a little trick. I have some water in a measuring cup. And I have this granulated beef broth that can stay good in your cupboard for a really long time. So especially during something like this pandemic right now when you can't get out to the store, this is really good to have just on hand for stuff like this. So I'm putting a couple scoops of this in. I'm going to mix it up. Make sure it has enough flavor. You guys can see it's nice and brown. Okay, and I'm going to pour that into my vegetables that are still simmering over here on the stove. I actually made a whole nother beef broth mix because As you can see, I'm going to be adding way more stuff to this soup and we need more broth. So I did 4 cups plus 4 cups, which would equal 8 cups of broth. There it goes. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my frozen vegetables and my diced tomatoes, and then I'll get back to you. Now I have all my vegetables and my broth in my pot, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit so they're going to just keep cooking for a while. One thing that we didn't talk about was the beef. So since this is beef vegetable soup, we obviously need beef. I spent some time yesterday using my Dutch oven and making this beef just slow so I could use it in the soup. This is something you would probably need help with at home, so if you're going to make something like this, just ask for help. So this has some seasonings and flavors in it that's going to give this soup the really good beef flavor. So without trying to spill everything, I'm going to put this into my soup. That's a very full pot right there. Now you can see that I have everything combined, all the beef, the vegetables. I'm just gonna let this cook for, I don't know, maybe an hour. I have some other things I need to do, so I'm going to turn my dial pretty low and let that cook. One more thing before we show the final product is if you like noodles in your soup, I'm going to make some of these separately and boil them in a pot, and then I'll show you how we add those at the end. All right, guys, so I let this cook for about an hour, and all the vegetables are nice and soft. I'm going to put it in a bowl and add some noodles, and you will see my final product. Here is my yummy soup with noodles. I can't wait to try it. Healthy, and I used all those scraps from my fridge. Okay, guys, thanks for coming to my cooking show for today. And Mr. O.
What's up?
My assistant we give her a C for behavior. Okay.
Good to see you guys.
See you next time.